The kettlebell or dumbbell clean is a lower body power movement. If you look at it from the side, it almost looks like I'm doing a vertical jump, but with load. Power depends on both force and velocity, so we want speed on the way up. You want to load it heavy enough to demand leg drive, but not so heavy that it gets slow. To set up for your goblet clean, stand directly over the bell, handle in line with your ankle bones. Find neutral spine and brace your core. Push your hips back into a hinge and then squat down. Think hips down, chest up, eyes forward. Grab the bell handle and squeeze under your armpits to fire up your lats. Take an inhale and then explosively drive your feet into the floor like you're doing a vertical jump. To come back down, allow the bell to drop and then drive your hips back into your squatty hinge. And remember that your butt is your brakes. If you're using traditional kettlebells, they're also shorter as they get lighter. So if you can't maintain neutral spine or a strong squatty hinge in the bottom, elevate your kettlebell on a low box or yoga block. Use that until you've either got more range of motion or the strength to use a heavier and therefore taller bell. Now that you've got this set up, let's talk 2 details. You want to let the legs drive this movement. It's not a bicep curl. To do that, keep your core braced and think about driving your feet into the floor to help the bell feel light. To get a little turbo boost, give a sharp exhale at hip extension. That's right where your hips straighten, and then let the bell keep floating to that catch position like this. The second tip is that your hands are going to start at the top of the handle but finish at the horns. And to avoid the temptation to kind of muscle it up and do a curl, you want to loosen your grip in the middle phase of that movement and allow your hands to glide down the handles. If you're working with dumbbells, the setup is very similar. You're going to grab 2 dumbbells, find neutral spine, and brace. Drive your hips back and then pull your hips down and gaze ahead. Push into the floor and allow the dumbbells to travel up to shoulder height. Quick note, this is not a deadlift into a bicep curl. You want to keep a strong core brace and dial that timing, allowing your elbows to bend right when hips extend and kind of help float them up. If you struggle creating tension at the bottom or in controlling that bottom catch with your dumbbells, for example, you're experiencing some tugging on your shoulders or losing neutral spine at that bottom position, elevate the ends of the dumbbells onto yoga blocks and use that to raise the floor. This will allow you to get tight before each rep and provide a tactile cue of that bottom position. If you have any questions on performing your goblet or dumbbell cleans, feel free to shoot me a DM or post a question in the group forum.